We have some breaking news out of Hollywood, and it spells more bad news for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jonathan Majors, the actor who was selected to play Kang, who they decided to go all in on even though he was rejected by a lot of the audience, the person that was going to be the big bad in the future of the MCU, has just been found guilty. Jonathan Majors found guilty of assault and harassment. Now, this is a trial that's kind of been going on for the past couple weeks. The jury's been out for a while, and when it took so long for the jury to be out, people were really wondering, what is the deal? What are they arguing about? Well, a couple things he was acquitted of, but harassment and assault, he has been found guilty of that. The verdict was reached on Monday by a 6-person jury over 4 hours of deliberation spread across 3 days. The actor is set to be sentenced on February 6th. A New York jury found Marvel actor Jonathan Majors guilty of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and guilty of harassment. The verdict was reached by a 6-person jury over roughly 4 days of deliberation across 3 days. Jonathan Majors wearing a gray suit, black. I don't really care what he was wearing. Doesn't matter. The charges carry a sentence of up to 1 year in prison. Now, he was found not guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and not guilty of aggravated harassment in 2nd degree. So you had varying degrees of assault harassment that he was charged with. He was found guilty of 2, acquitted of 2 of them. I am surprised by this, not because I don't think not because I think Jonathan Majors is a good dude. In fact, I think Jonathan Majors is a piece of shit. I've talked about it a lot, especially in light of the evidence that came up of those text messages, him being super manipulative, disgusting behavior, convincing her not to go see a doctor for a head injury that he may or may not have caused because he didn't want a potential investigation into him. I do think he's a piece of shit. However, I didn't feel like they had done enough from what I had seen, right? I obviously didn't see everything. I didn't see the whole trial. It wasn't like it was on video or something. But from the evidence I had seen, I didn't think they were going to find enough to find him guilty. I really didn't. Now, we did get a big PR win, which we talked about the other day. That video that came out of everyone's like, look, he's running away from her. How could he be running away if he's the one that... Okay, what I think happened and what I've thought happened the entire time is that she saw Jonathan Majors' phone, saw a text come in. Maybe he was stepping out. Maybe he had somebody on the side. Who knows? Cheating, whatever. And she grabbed his phone, which she shouldn't have done, and he tried to get it back. That's where that thing happened. And then the aftermath, when they're still going back and forth, him running away is her trying to see his phone. That's what I think it is. She wants to know what happened, and he runs away from it. And she still wants him. She wants to be part of the relationship, but she wants to figure out what happened. That's kind of how I always saw the whole thing. The question is, how far did it go? Did it get to the level of criminal behavior in the back of that car? The jury says it did. And now Jonathan Majors is guilty. For a lot of people out there who try to convince everybody that Jonathan Majors is going to have charges dropped, there's been a lot of fake bullshit out there around Jonathan Majors this entire time. Here's the reality. When I looked at it, I thought he's going to be found not guilty. I'm surprised with the guilty verdict. I do think he's a piece of shit, though, and I thought that I've kind of known what went down in the back of that car for a while now. Now, the question is for Marvel, what do they do? What does Marvel do? I think they're probably going to recast, but we'll see. We've seen them, hang on to people in the entertainment industry for much more than something like this. However, it is a guilty verdict, and those text messages out there that aren't from this incident that show how manipulative and disgusting it really is, I think that might end up hurting him maybe worse than the guilty verdict at the end of the day. But Jonathan Majors is guilty by a jury of his peers. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.